Hello, this is Gene. I just want to talk about a few things that I've seen online recently and how I feel about all that and what it really means. Um, we had a very bad thing that happened in Florida yesterday. As most people know, that there was a school shooting south from me. I'm just a guy that lives off 95 on an exit, and about 200 or about 150 miles south of me, some stupid kid went in and killed people. Don't know what to say about that. I'm all about protecting the Second Amendment. Clearly, this kid had some issues. I talk about this on my channel a lot, about how we medicate our youth, especially boys, early in life. I would probably say that this kid had no man in his life. Did anything to basically check his whatever he was doing. Don't know enough about him. He's clearly Hispanic. Looks like he might be a leftist person. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really who's really behind that gun. It doesn't really matter what side of the political side they're on when they use it to kill people. It doesn't really matter at that point. But it just started me thinking about several things I've seen. I see that Tree of Logic had a nice little debate with David Duke, and back on Christmas Eve I actually did a video on her, and I'll put it below, and it's one of the ones that more people actually watched out of my videos, which is nice to see. And people are now going back and responded to me after what happened a couple weeks ago or a week ago. So we're having that little conversation. I might do something about that in this video, or I might do my own response to what happened to Tree of Logic. I'll be honest, I didn't really watch the debate. There's no reason to, and I want to tell you why. Because when it gets down to it, what is the white man going to do? We can sit there and say that the Jewish people are influencing us, which is all true, 100% true, but we have to do something about it. And when I talk about this, I'm talking about we need to wake up even more than we already have. There are great people out there that we have, the world, let's say. He comes out and his videos are very rational, almost nice in its way, but he gives the information out there that says this is what needs to happen, and he says it in his own way that he thinks that bloodshed is coming. Millennial Rose is the same way. He talks about it from a intellectual standpoint, that we can fix this, but unless we don't, our kids are going to be dealing with that, and we're going to have war on our hands. The point I want to talk about in this video is, what are the white men going to do? Because I see so many that get to that point where they understand, or they have some sort of, they know about the issue that's going on in the white community, and they realize that it's something it's real, but they don't go further along. And why is that? And what can we do to change that? I don't give a shit that Tree of Logic knows about race realism at this, or she's aware that the white community is dwindling on the worldwide scale. She's not who we have to change their mind on. And the fact that most of the people that follow her are white liberals, or they're quote unquote the awake liberals, like maybe you could look at me 5-6 years ago, that oh my God, there's something here, but they don't go further enough down that rabbit hole to figure out what's really going on here and who's influencing things. Because I want to tell you this, okay? Obviously, it's not my movement, and it's another thing that really kind of it pisses me off a little bit. These are a lot of people that I watch online or follow on Twitter and stuff, and they have little nits that they do against the people from the boomer generation, or people from me. I mean, I'm like on that borderline between Generation X and boomers. But it's like, that's not who we have to influence. Boomer white guys are going to have enough money to probably help younger people to get the messages out. Sit there and just continually say that it's your fault because we're here because of this, and then when the boomers might respond and say, well, your generation has had it so much easier than we did, you're both wrong, and you're both right, okay? I would never want to be going through high school right now in a multicultural society that they look at white men as being the devil. I would hate that. I would hate the fact that my entire life would be tied to my phone. I would hate that. The only thing I had to worry about in high school is make sure I got through high school, and if I have a job, I could have it. I live in the ghetto pretty much. I was white trash, but I got out. I took the card to get out. I went to the military. This is something that's open to everybody, regardless of race. So when somebody's in the black community that says that they can't get out, that's all bullshit. If you can't get through high school, that's on you. But I digress. I don't like it when people in the alt-right, people that have a lot of following in the alt-right, or they're nationalists, and they go online and they just little pit at people who are older than them. It is so not relevant to what we're trying to do here. If you want to do that, get another type of Twitter fade and just say you want to go after people like that. But when you're like a figurehead of the alt-right and you start doing shit about boomers, or somebody who's my age or older might say something and say, see, it's the boomers doing this shit again. 95% of your generation still don't understand what's going on with the white people in the world. They just don't understand this. And you need to make sure that you understand that that's part of your role to understand that. Not to sit there and just bash other people from our tribe just because you think that somebody like me or somebody older than me wished that all this shit would happen. I don't think that anybody back in 1965 thought by doing that shit this is what was going to happen. There might have been people in the background, the people that are controlling everything, okay, the Jewish people. Let's say those people might have known, but I'm not sure that the normal white Christian male or female that back then thought this was something that would lead to this, that we thought the welfare state would be like what it's this. They thought they were trying to do something well here, trying to do something constructive for people that we felt that we had some sort of responsibility for. And regardless, yes, slavery's been away forever, but I will continue to say it on this channel that the original sin of this country was slavery. Regardless, as I know that every other race had slavery, and white people stopped it. We understand that. But we still have, I'm not saying we know it anymore. We don't really owe them anything anymore. But I'm saying that there's a reason why things like this happen. Now, it was the result of, after that, is single mothers and the divorce, non-fault divorce destroyed everything as well, and taking men out of the homes destroyed everything out. And we can find out, and I've said it many times on this channel, there was probably a plan that was going to do that. But it doesn't help people in the alt-right to sit there and bash people of your tribe just because you think that they were involved in doing something that maybe made your life different. When every invention that you have right now was built by people like me that went to the stars and changed everything for you to have this stuff in your phone. Do you have this access on the internet? Instead of us just banging on each other, we should be proud of our parents and our grandparents. And what really upsets me about this is because we talk about this in the alt-right all the time, that we need to be proud of what our tribe is. They're white, and our history, and our past, and our heritage. Jesus Christ, one generation or two generations, you're just saying that they're the reasons why it is what it is right now. Oh, I guess after the greatest generation, that everybody after that was stupid, and then you guys are now woke. I mean, the fact that I'm talking about it is not what I want to happen anyway. We need to get past it. Yeah, it's funny to go on Twitter and saying shit, but it doesn't help the cause. The cause is to make sure everybody is aware of what's going on, and we have to fix it before it's too fucking late. 63% of the people in this country are white right now. When I was born, it was 90. I mean, ought to tell you enough. That should tell you enough what's going on right now. All the other shit that goes in the background, all the shit that we see about Black Panther, and how everybody is like celebrating the fact that they're talking about a black ethno state in this fictional place, and they think that's a great thing. Well, I would hope that this would wake up millions of white people that says, well, why is it so great for them? Why can't we have the same thing? I mean, we want to go to the stars. I want to go to the stars. When I was 4 years old, we went to the moon. I said, by the time I'm old enough, we'll be on Mars. And we should have been, but we were paying for shit that we shouldn't have been paying for. We were in wars that we shouldn't have been in. And we were paying for the welfare state. Now, sorry about that, but it means nothing to what we're trying to do here. When great people are talking about the way, like the way of a world, or I mean, even Millennial Woes says shit about boomers and all that, whatever. But the fact is, the boomers have all the money. And if you want the movement to actually move along, and our best speakers are guys that are older than me, like Jared Taylor, but still, you have this thing because for some reason you want to blame everything else instead of taking responsibility for your actions. So guys from my generation, I get very upset because people who are younger than me, it seems like they're entitled. Now, that's just all stereotypical. This has nothing to do about the alt-right. If we're trying to save the white race, we got to get past that. It doesn't mean anything. It makes no sense whatsoever. Unless you just want to be a troll online, that's fine. But if you're a part of a figurehead or you're going to do something in the alt-right, I would at least beg you not to do this because it doesn't help. Just because it makes you feel good by bashing somebody you know nothing about or knowing what they did for this country for anything and all the taxpayer money that they put in there that you would have later on in life. I mean, come on now. Nobody that's just walking around who's in his 50s wanted this to happen, didn't want the United States to be this multicultural mess. Now, a lot of people are not aware of it. And there are a lot of people who are boomers and guys are Generation X that are just white liberals that just don't fucking know and they're so shameful about who they are that we need to go after them. We need to say, why are you so shameful about your race? Let me tell you the greatness about being white or the history that you have. I mean, you would think that with DNA and all these tests out there that these people would be more and more involved with their history. And of course, when they do it, they show people mixed and all that, but whatever. But it should wake up the white man. So as I started this whole entire video about is what is the white man going to do? Because I'm going to tell you this. As much as I like Lauren Rose, as much as I like Lana Locktoff, as much as I like Free Bree, and other women that are part of the alt-right, Tara McCartney, whatever, all these women, Brittany Pettibone, all these people women will continually go whoever becomes the dominant force. That's how it's been through life. Women will not all of a sudden stand up and say, "No, we're not going to go with you because even though you won everything, we're going to be over here and do what we're going to have to do." That's not going to happen. As men are going to come in and take the women and do whatever they want to do with them. And as much as it's so important that they are the welcome mat, they open up the door to the alt-right. It's the men that has to stand up and says, "What are we going to do?" And as much as I want to be part of this movement, I realize it's more of a younger movement. And all I can do on this channel is say, wake the fuck up. Because it's not going to be me that's going to deal with it. There'll be tears if I'm awake when I die, let's say. At the end, and you're going to die. There's going to be a tear on my cheek, not just for the fact that I'm leaving my family. I mean, of course, there's going to be that. But it's going to be the tear for what happened. And the future of my race, my culture, because I'm thinking in 20 years, if I'm still around, if we don't do anything about it, if we just sit there and go on Twitter and say, "Oh, you're stupid because you're a boomer," or "You're stupid because you watch this," and you're not really doing anything, if you're not just saying, okay, Black Panther, everybody loves that shit. Well, let's have our own thing. Let's just say, yeah, it's good for them. Why could it be for us? And if somebody says that's not right, then you gotta sit there and say, why do you feel that way? You've got to be involved with this. You have to not just stop up at the top of that rabbit hole and say, no, I understand. There's something going on here. The liberals are a bunch of assholes. But I'm only going to stay right here because I can't say anything bad about the Jewish people. And I can't say anything bad about the Holocaust. There's a reason why they do that. There's a reason why they don't want you to talk about that, because they know right underneath that you become aware of race, and you realize that the white race is dying out in this country and across the world, globally. We have to wake up whatever it is, the inner self that we are. I still believe this. When I go overseas, I see places that I've never been before in my lifetime, but I remember them. And I do believe this. I think that blood is so important here. I think that going down through your DNA, that those memories or whatever gets in your blood, and people might say I'm paranoid shit, But I've been places, I went down places that I've never been before, and I found out where I was going. I didn't have a map. This is before we have cell phones. I'm talking about 30 years ago. And I'm in France, and I was going through places never been before, and I said, I know this is where you get, and I get where I'm going to get. I've been this in Germany. I was that way in England as well. It's like something's there, a deja vu. But I think it's something that goes through our blood. And I'm a German and a Frenchman, mostly Germanic, but I'm a Germanic person. I'm a Germanic tribe. And what I see and what's going on in Europe right now, it kills me. And the fact that we're not going to do anything here because we're the future, we're the smart ones here. And then we just want to look at black people and think that Wakanda is what would have happened if white people didn't colonize Africa. And people just take that on and they believe it. A lot of people that are white believe this shit. Oh yeah, I see, because white people do all this shit. When are the white men going to wake up? As I said before, women are not going to be able to do this. This is something we have to do. This is our lot in life. This is what, if you believe in the Bible, this is what God believed us. We're the leaders. We have to do this stuff. Women have to make sure that they have babies. And we need to support that. We needed to support as much as we can. I don't know. It's just one of those things. I don't know what we're going to do from here. Every day I think that we're going the right way. That I see a couple people just go offline and they don't come back. Or we sit there and talk about an African-American woman about a debate that she had with David Duke. And we just laugh about it and stuff like that. But nothing's really going to happen. She's never going to change her mind. She believes she's going to stay right up here. Regardless of whatever rational, logical facts that you might have, that's not who we're supposed to change. We have to wake up our own tribe. And we have to do it very, very soon. Because if not, I fear for our future and the white race in general. But anyway, that's all I had today. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think below. Please share this and like it. I want this to get out as far as, if I can just get one person that reads this or sees this and says, hey, that means something, and that person moves on to be a leader in the movement and brings millions of people to the movement, to the right, the right part of the movement that says, yes, we deserve to be here. Let's celebrate our culture. Let's celebrate our race. That I want to be part of that in some way. I know they don't have that big footprint, but somebody might see this and say, hey, that guy knows what he's talking about, or may not, and do something better than what I'm doing. I just wish to God I was in my 20s right now, because this would be the cause of my life. But I just do what I can right here. Again, thank you for watching. Please share this and like it, and I'll talk to you later. You guys have a good day. Bye.